Maybe looking to try and see if they can contest out towards ramp in the early round. But for Mousesports, this looks like it's just going to be a BX. You've got 4 players with that single set of util coming up for Robs, and there's only 1 player as an anchor. That's Nexa.
4 players stacking up. Nexa, seeing what damage he can do. Just tag damage, no kills. Frozen instead. Opens up the round for the Mousesports side. Nexa first to fall, and 2 CT players here in the CT spawn have responded, trying to see if they can get him back to the site. Got to go for the retake, and Dexter is continuing to swing off from the left-hand side of the scaffolding area, looking into CT spawn, getting Nico to drop, so he becomes second casualty. And still no trains back for the G2 camp. Mousesports finding even more frags. Hunter peeking in, Akor taking his pick. Jack swung upon by Dexter with a headshot, and now Amanek in a 1 versus 5. It's impossible for him to win this one. It's a pistol round for Mousesports. Haven't found the picks again, just that 1 frag. Over on, of course, part Frozen with a trade. Jax responds it. Dexter gets the kill in. The Deagle shot on the AK just sends that right back into the T-side favors. So Rops can get an upgrade if he so desires. He's actually playing him from side alley instead. The CZ of Hunter being seen. Does drop that bomb. So damage has been done to the Mousesports camp. But Nexa in a 1v2 for this retake. I think it's still possible, but he hasn't got a kit and he hasn't got utility.
Yeah, he's got to get these kills pretty much in straight away. He can't really waste a lot of time in this. And out towards the sandbags and out from yellow, the T side are just being able to maintain their angles. Jiggle peek up towards the side. Just missed that timing onto Nexa. How does he do this? Tap this bomb. Swing already comes out from Bemis out towards the sandbag. Second round up on the board for Mousesports. G2, it started off really nicely from them. They got that pick up from Orange from Nico.
That depends, really. He's going to have to strike in against this A site on the defensive. Got to get this first pick on Frozen, ideally, and indeed the shoulder bait gives up his life. Bemas there with a quick trade, and Nico with a quick response, wrapping back into the A site defensive. 20 seconds. He wasn't spotted by the AWPer. He flips back up towards Sniper's Nest instead, where that AUG is standing, doing its damage. 22 points of health for him. Further flashes in. That bomb is going to be attempted and planted.
Nexa taking a lot of damage, being licked up by the AWP. Dexter being stuck out in the open, wasn't able to fall back towards yellow, and now man advantage coming through from G2 on the retake.
Rops hiding back at these sandbags. Got to just check the right place at the right time. Oh, the timing! Unscoping at the worst moment. He was also seen. Flashes evaded, looking up and down. Is to catch a frag. His shot on Nico connects. Bemas now known on ramp. Trying to see if he can take that low HP player. Spray back on Hunter, not as successful. One-on-one, Hunter's going to force forward. Get that headshot in, but no kit means no time. He actually just pick it up on the site itself. And I think he's just got enough time to hold this together. Indeed, G2 will find their first round. The gun round goes the way of the CT side. Alongside Frozen's position, Rops is starting to make his way up. Smoke being thrown out here by Nexa. Oh, Hunter's seen information. He's got this. He's won this round at this stage. Just a case of timing, lining up the headshot, spray through, drops that bomb. Incendiary installed for even extra time. Rops and Frozen trying to fight their way back out. They will get Nexa, but now they've got a hunt for Hunter, and it's just not going to happen. 3 kills for the SMG. So much impact found. The bomb in CT control, and Rops, this would be a really special clutch. If not, he's out.
And for G2, like that backstab, it could have gone either way. They could have gone down ladder and gone over towards ramp and seen nothing, but instead, they make the move out towards the B stairs.
Animals are now ruling over Skin Club. And everyone will play by their rules. Help Skin Club to free the office.
Him and Dexter trying to combine, force Nico away. M4 expecting to be a boost, pulls out utility at the worst moment, but Hunter is there for a quick response. So no man advantage for Mousesports that lasts long. Immediately return to the even standing. Jack actually makes the man advantage happen as the ramp control again favors G2. You mentioned how they get pelted with utility and a kill. This time it's both around for the 2-for-1 to the favor of the CT side. Rifles out, AWP. Also, in the back lines, Hunter comes into the backstab, gets that kill. Jack swings, drops the bomb, all left to Dexter, blind as a bat. And that was a wonderfully played defensive there, especially on the backline player. They would have had to bottleneck themselves, he would have had to catch them off guard. They were geared to win that round, and that's exactly what they're going to do. But in this one, Hunter gets the opening frag. So far pushed up at the scaffolding position, gets the secondary frag as well on Dexter. So once again, G2 out of the gate, swinging on the ramp default, this time pushing so far forward, and Mousesports caught so unawares in another round here. Nexus kind of hoping that they make their way back into the stairs. Amanek with the AWP, ready for Rops. Swing, hit, easy for this AWP to land. He's hit that shot many times over the course of this map up so far. Two standing for Mousesports. BMAS is going to try and make the bomb into the site. Amanek throws it forward, gets the no-scope shot as well. And Nico cleans house on the back of the site. What a round from G2. And Mousesports, will he catch the bomb carrier? It looks likely that he might do. He's got to keep his head on the swivel though, because there's more T-side presence back over at the B side. Swing up, shot connects. Second player wrapping around. AK spray. Amanek still lands it. And a core 1v5 for him. He gets that one frag. But surely he's out of this with 15 seconds. Hunter takes his head off his shoulders, and Amanek gets a beautiful 3K that sets G2 up for 7. Mousesports Reno getting off on the right foot for this. Nades going back and forth. Nexa hoping to catch players off at the white boxes. We'll get that first frag. BMAS there with the trade. Hunter close. Nico finds his response. Dexter can turn the Deagle into a 3 versus 3. So there's a bomb plant here for Mousesports.
This is very winnable for Mouse, but they've got to be able to find another advantage. They can't just afford to be passive out on the side. They've got to really try and take some fights, and they've been able to do so. Amanek now falling. Jack's been spotted up on the rotate from the beast. There's so much info coming in, and Acor now deals with Nico, meaning that Jax is the last one left, yet to try and see if he can clutch for G2. And for Mousesports, no one's peeking here at all. They're shoulder baiting, they peek together, and Beamus finds the right angle. But there is a lot of portion of players up towards A.
Molotov's in, AK up, shot on the first player, sees that second Hunter with a trade back, bursting through with the CZ, gets a secondary frag as well. 3 versus 3, despite the lack of major firepower for G2 in this round. BMAS will start the face up towards the B side, that bomb's on its rotation as well. One player in mid's going to hear those footsteps. BMAS is going to wait for them to force forward into an advanced angle, take the headshots as appropriate, tap through in the first man. Hunter almost gets away with the kill on that. Damage being done to BMAS, however, just maintains himself. And Amanek with the AWP, probably best to save here.
6 rounds up for them, only by 1. And for G2, this is very pleasing for them, knowing that they're going into the next rifle round, into round 14, and they don't even need to invest into an AWP for Amanek.
Start out, Nico got 2 more potentials trades here in the mid position. Rops, dry facing, they're gonna line up for him. Nico gets both the picks in one good spray.
What an off angle. You don't expect someone to be as wide as he was out towards that left-hand side, and they just try and jiggle pick, and then they swing together, and Nico just punishes. Acor looking for the trade back up towards the site itself in the ramp position. Back to a 3v3, but Amanek might be there to try and get the trade frag.
BMAS just going to slow face, Frozen. Leaning up with him, Nexa. Watching at the banger position. Will they read his angle? Will they check his angle? Start the face up, BMAS. Looking on top of the railing, they're going to line up again. M4 gets both the kills again. Oh, this is starting to fall to disaster for Mousesports. 2 great off angles working so well. And now a core with the AWP. The P250 is going to get that frag in. Molotov standing by here. Pulling back the AWP, looking on site. 20 seconds, AK switched out towards Nico. Not get forced too far off position. Smokes back at the right-hand side. The bomb plant's going to be attempted. He's still going to fall for it, though. Takes that swing, Accord taps it again. Nico jumps around the corner, but Amanek lands the shot instead from the backstab, so it turns an 8-7 to the favor of G2. Just about coming on top of their CT side, they held most of the dominance. And going into their T side is where things get interesting. We're going to a break. We come back with that CT side after this. Pistols in for a core to try and face towards the ramp defaults. We've seen a little bit about what G2 have done here on the ramp control. Mousesports trying to take their own positions this time. Taps through, Frozen gets that opening frag. Jax will be able to return the trade to a 4 versus 4. A core backing up and out of here. Slowly, BMAS also makes his own way into the backstab alongside Dexter a little bit further behind him. Nico with the swing and the hit, and BMAS now has the strike. 2 players singing, including that bomb. He doesn't get the bomb carrier. Does get Nexa to a 3v3 situation, and Rops backs up behind the smoke. Jax will go for the plant very early here. Retake mode on for Mousesports. They do not have a kit in play, but Nico is taken out of play as well. Rops and Jax close to each other. Jax gets swung upon. Dexter gets the double, and the backstab completes itself for Mousesports to gain 8 the pistol round. Steagle trying to make some sort of presence held here towards the B side, but G2 seemingly they want to go towards the A play. Frozen caught off guard. No, he actually catches Dexter off guard, snoozing in the corner. Hunter will find the trade to a 3-on-3. They've now seen presence. They know where the majority of those T-side players are, but will they go for a last-second wraparound? They're not hearing any footsteps, and they're seeing utility come down here towards the A site instead. Core's going to get ahead of the marker and wait towards side alley. Turning away from flashes, but there'll be more coming through in one Does go out successfully. Robs trades back on both those players, though, leaving it all on Hunter, who finds Dexter one-on-one against Robs. Very easily winnable here. The AK switched out towards, but Hunter can win his spray, get a 3K, and get the 9th round for G2 to maintain the lead. Even with the Deagles in play. And something you mentioned, of course, in that first half was how Mousesports were having much better deco rounds than they were having rifles. And Rops shows the point.
No!
Kills with Nico. Amanek! Where did he go? What happened there?
I don't know what happened, but he fell off.
Just hide until the moment is right. A third man also there at the CT entrance. Utility inbound. Flash is going to be turned away from BMAS, and Robs take their aggressive positions, and BMAS does go falling for it. 35 seconds, and Robs continues to wait and bait and swing. Misses shots, allow Jax a chance to get the kills, but Dexter trades back on the bomb carrier. 2 versus 2. Hunter solo. Dexter has been tagged. Continuing his spam. The bomb plant will be attempted and secured, but surely Mousesports go for this. They've got the HP advantage. They've got the weapons required, but they've let G2 back up to the stairs.
Yeah, you've got to go for this if you're Mousesports, and they've got to be able to at least find a way to get these kills in pretty quickly. No kit or smoke to get on top of that bomb, and a HE in from Nexa could be timed perfectly up towards a default position. Hunter just trying to tap away. Great shot now coming into Frozen. Dexter's the last one left. Has turned it back to a 1v1 and looking to try and take the fight straight away onto Nexa. He's got to find a headshot, and it doesn't come through. 10 on the board for G2. What a recovery from them, Jay. After they were down in a 3-on-5, maybe there's not a massive amount of Kevlar coming through for the Mousesports side. Looking to try and get up close and possible. First try pick actually comes out towards the B stairs. Instant trade for Nico T-side. Orping Dexter still gets away with a secondary one. Down to 2 points of health. Really well done from him to maintain the man advantage. But then Frozen falls towards the A side.
The 3-on-3 as a result. Mousesports unable to maintain the man advantage. And with Dexter being on 2 points of health, you can easily see him falling. He's back at quad, the solo defender of the B side, but one check position from Hunter is all he needs. He's making absolutely no noise. Dexter has no info. Swing back. Knife. Should be easy. Come on. He's going to wait for rotations instead. Dexter has no idea. And there it is. Easy. Sight under their control. I don't even know if BMAS and Akor go for this retake. That is that all-important 12th up for G2 here. Meanwhile, speaking of loudness, G2's Hunter is being very loud at the moment, 24 frags deep. And setting himself up with the Molotovs alongside Amanek here. Robs the M4 on site, swings back, sees 2, gets 1. Frag BMAS there with 2 trades, and the confidence has immediately returned to Mousesports now. Nico and Nexa. So they can get back into the B site. They're being suppressed by the CT players there. They could rotate back into A, but they're continuing to force forward and taking a ton of damage for it. Nexa on 5, dropping the bomb, and Nico alone in the back lines. Clutches have been remiss to mention on his part, but on just such low HP, you can imagine that it won't come his way, and indeed it won't. Smoke's coming in. Molotov's at the ready, M4 and Rops, I think he just got seen, spraying through from Banger, swing back, the bomb on the back of Nexa, it's gonna be first face of Jax, finally gets the trade frag, and now it's on BMAS here, close to the site, hearing tag, Dex on the other side, back behind the platform, gets his own kill in to support BMAS's defensive, and Mousesports from G2, it seems to be fast out of the stairs. Yeah, Rob's going to hear these footsteps, but Nate's on this, you do some damage. Nico rounds the corner, gets taken out for it, flashes to support it. Robs lines up the quadra, and all pistols down and out. Amanek 1v5. Easy pickings, it seems like there for the Mousesports side. Does get that 1 frag back in the AWP, however. Of course, standard rifles for Mousesports. Can they equalize? Well, they're on the right foot for the start. Nades on Nico and Hunter. Tagged heavy. M4. Sorry, AK, excuse me, for Dexter. Swings back and gets the kill on Jax. And now Nexa moves up again to lead the fast charge into the B side. They tried the fast plays once. Rob's going to get caught off and the information given away this time. M4 spray of the other side of the site. Actually comes through to 2 picks for the G2 side. 3-on-3. Making it 2. Okay. This could still be on here for the teasers. The nade doesn't deny the bomb plant.
How has that happened? Amanek just running wild out towards a B site with the back 10, swaps over to the M4 and finds his 3rd kill of the round.
Should be able to get away with that. To think that if one nade had landed closer, then there's a good chance that round would have still been gained by the Mousesports camp. Hunter will lose his life in the end. Far too late, far later than he really should have done. Trying to catch somebody at the top end of the smoke and get this bomb to the site. Indeed, he'll go for that plant. No nades on his position. It's all sorts of bullets flying here from the M4s. The sprays on from Mousesports, not getting kills. Finally, BMAS catches one through the smoke.
The spam eventually finds a connection, and now it gets them a man advantage. They've got a smoke to get down onto that bomb or out towards a ramp position. Kids in play too, and for G2, they need to find an advantage. They've got to slow this down. Tabs coming through for Nico out towards the sandbags. Nexus starts getting involved. Not quite hitting the shots. Finally, they do, but someone's going to have to get on this bomb for Mousesports. It's been ticked for so long. One player left now for Robs in the 1v1. Surely there's not enough time. He's got to try and stick the bomb, and it's not going to happen. Pick up the enemy ping, just try and save. A huge post-blood coming through from G2. And for Mousesports, they just can't get it together, and the money is wrecked for them going into round 28.
They're not the ones that are in control. Rops recognizes that more than anyone else. Frozen with a risky play. He's got to take these risks though and loses his fight against Nico. Next release falls. Amanek falls in turn. Back on the B side. Rops with a secondary swing. Hunter's turned away from it, expecting flashbangs. And a 2-on-2. Bomb's got to get picked up, committed to a site. Smokes are going down to indicate that it is A. Dexter goes past Nico. He's hearing those footsteps. He knows that the second man is coming in to get the bomb plant here. So the FAMAS also gets up to position. When do they swing? Do they check Ali? They don't. Jax loses the bomb control or Nico to clutch it. Had many opportunities, been unsuccessful so far, but that's the first kill in of this one. To his name, looking for the 3K as well. 20 seconds, that bomb in the open. Dexter knows he does not have to aggress. He is going to try and do so anyway, though. Nico caught looking the wrong way and still gets the pick in at the right moment to secure the map. Map 1, Mousesports' pick goes the way of G2. Again, to remind you all of the situation that we're at here, this team, these teams are not in an elimination series just yet. We'll get there with the loser coming into the lower bracket after this fact, but G2 themselves up to the pistol round here on the T-side start, and that is a hell of a start for Jackson Nico. Straight swings, straight kills, straight shots to the 5 versus 3. Dexter back over the ramp control, seeing 3 more T-side individuals, desperate to tap their heads and get those headshots. Oh, flick back to the 3rd as well. Frozen comes in as support, and Amanek tries to set the backstab, but Mousesports have cleaned it up. Dexter once again continuing his fragging prowess as he gets the pistol for Mousesports. Dexter's ready with the M4 as well to continue adding to his frag counts here.
They just try and see if they can dive out towards the A side. If they can get a bomb plant towards that short position, that could be great. Eco being goosed down, but not really a lot of damage being taken. And for an Eco, they'll be very happy with that. Great shot on towards the side, meaning that Nico with the Deagle was the last one left. 1 versus 4, trying to see if he can do some further up damage, but it doesn't happen. 1 kill and a bomb plant for an upgrade of what? 2 Deagles in total for G2. They'll be very happy with the investment and what they get out of it.
Flash is coming over, utility sent over, damage being done at least to Amanek's second phase. Will actually end up with the kill, not the secondary tag up on the player behind him. He's seen a large T-side presence though, and Nexus spotted out towards mid. Dexter can swing, can deny his position. The scout still tapping and doing damage, and finally getting overwhelmed by Nico's Molotov. Jack's expecting Dexter to come forward, and indeed, he isolates it to a 3 versus 3. They're gonna go for a last second rotation here. They've still got Frozen on the A bomb site. And now a core is going to join in for backup, but it's a scout and an M4. So the M4 has got to do most of the heavy lifting here. Corby watching, first shot not connecting, falls down position. BMAS ready to enter around the corner at elbow. 2 frags to his name. Actually, 1 stolen away by a core, but that's fine. It's just a 1-on-2 for Nico here. Bomb plant can be secured, 7 seconds to the clock. And the M4 presses forward. Can he get the pick? No, Nico gets it to a 1v1 now.
10 HP up towards Frozen, and he knows he's the B anchor. He's got a lot of time to work with, and Frozen, does he see him relocating back out towards his short position? Nico with the tap up to win the clutch for G2. Oh my goodness, he sticks the bomb plan in.
Despite it being a bonus round right there, they haven't got a lot of cash saved in from the previous. For Marcy's scouts, AUGs and Deagle in for the likes of BMAS. Spray still on Dexter finds that first frag. Jax there with a quick response to a 4 versus 4. For Mars Brave for Frozen looks for that second player as well. The fast plays in from G2 are being shut down regardless by these rifles. 3 in for Dexter, another triple kill round for him. And Nico caught off a suicide, now known. All 4 of his teammates fell outside of the longhouse as Mousesports locked down that position of the map. Nico once again in the clutch scenario, and this time Rops won't let him go that much further. Lack utility on a couple of players. AUG ready for Dexter, does find Hunter at least, that's a good start. And they go back out towards the longhouse where BMAS is ready to take that first frag. Can't get the follow-up on the second, just damage done to Nexa in the 2-for-1 trade. 4 CTs coming in to respond, they realize that G2 are here en masse. Is Akor gonna dry face this? He looks to try and do so, damage being done to Nexa. Zindier is close, there's Flashbang trying to suppress. To get this bomber to the site, finally drops to the hands of Frozen. Jack's there with a response frag, but AUG of Dexter swings back again off. And Nico in the 1 versus 3 again for the clutch. Many clutch situations for him in this series. Only found a couple of them so far, and this will not be another one added to the tally. A 5th to the board.
That's going to be some footsteps being heard by the G2 side, and Akor is still holding his ground. He does not want to fall back at all.
That nade lands lovely onto Jackson. Amanek, now they swing for the easy frags. They only get away with 1 pick. AWP close, seeing the gun barrel. Still fingers on the first player that swings out first. Second also found by Akor. 6 frags deep so far in this map. Nico holds the angle, but Rops takes that chance to swing on the backstab. And it's all left to Hunter from the long control. Bomb dropped on short, tapping on 1 player back at CT, but now left with nothing left in this round. He's got to fall back and save the weapon. And you mentioned Akor, you mentioned what they've got to do to get him back in the service so he can have some impact. That was one of his most impactful rounds so far today.
That really was. That was great from him. Rob's even waiting for the long lurk, and another round being just annihilated for Mousesports. And
being suppressed from this short control by the Molotovs, the tempo forced to go lower here. Akor lands the shot on the first man as well. Jax. Frag found easy, Akor dives out, barely escapes. 2 points of HP for him. That could have been suicidal. He will go falling in the end. Hunter also isolating Dexter, being completely flash blinded by Nico. BMAS swings back, does see one more, but Amanek also being blind. His flash clears quicker, and he gets the shot in very efficiently. Frozen and Rops, 2v4. This has got to be a safe call from these guys.
Great shot up from Robs, but it's still not enough to go in for that retake. It's not worth it. Hunter gets a couple of kills. Amanek catches the player off from CT. 3rd round up for G2, but they've got to follow up. They can't afford to continue winning individual rounds on the T side and allowing Mousesports to bounce back.
Rifles back in. They've still got time to change this. It's still not off the table for the map win for these guys, so... Can the M4's BMAS here with the M4 rounds the corner, sees so much spray. Transfer to 2 is working well, but Jax trades it back all the same. 2-for-1s to respond. Frozen gets Hunter as well in the upper tunnels, where it's all left for these last 2 individuals just rushing out, knowing that they've got to go reckless, they've got to go fast. SMG is close. Akor in the backlines gets found by the Orb. And now Dexter finds Jax, leaves it all on Nico. 1v3 switching out to the AK spray back. Does catch that 1 frag, but needs to get 2 more good shots.
Not even going to happen. Rob's finding the angle, and another great round out for Mousesports. Things looked promising there for a little while for G2. So many footsteps, though, and even for Dexter, he's holding a very cheeky angle out towards the elevator position. Bomb still yet to get planted here for the T-side, still getting up towards the site. Amanek and Hunter now finding pieces together, and Dexter's got to be able to strike out from the ramp position. Catches off the first player, needs to follow up, though, because his teammate is still coming in from CT. Looking to find the second, but it doesn't quite happen. Down to 10 points of health for Jax, means that Frozen's now in the 1 versus 3, and this is a very difficult position to be in. He's got to isolate all of these picks and try and get back onto the bomb and get it defused. Tap comes through, but Jax has found the angle. A great round from him, 11 kills up, and a 4th up for G2. Flash over the top, that's going to allow them to get control out towards mid and commit towards a mid to B.
5-on-4, Rops waiting. M4 Frozen actually takes the face in, draws their attention away from the window position. Rops going to be unchecked as the bomb gets dropped. Nico faces, doesn't get his kill, gets tagged instead. Hunter will fall quickly after the fact, and Nico in a 1 versus 5. Not going to happen for him. 10 to the board, and Mousesports repeating their CT basis against the G2 camp. And now they look towards their T side half to steal Dust 2 and maintain their lives in this series. We go to a break, and afterwards, it's our second half. He's tapping to do some damage, doesn't quite get those frags in here. Molotovs back up, flashes over. Amanek facing. Doesn't see anything. Jax also seen, taps through. Blocks eventually find those kills. Rops comes up with 2, in fact, actually. Bomb plant secured, and G2 on the back foot for the retake.
A difficult retake here without a kit for G2, but for Mousesports, they're just all holding their ground. 4 versus 3 advantage. They've got the man up. And for G2, they've got to be able to get a way back into this, and they've been able to do so. Hunter now dealing with Robs. Now the player's starting to swing out from the doors position. Hunter gathering more information. Nico out from window, can't find anything. Hunter with another tap through. Needs his teammate to come through, but it doesn't quite happen. 11 now up on the board for Mousesports, converting pistol. A great way to continue their campaign in the second half.
From G2, of course, forcing the issue back with these Deagles. And they're going to make it successful to start. Bomb gets dropped by Jax early. Robson and Core, however, hold down the 3 trades. So they just maintain themselves against G2's Deagles. Again, these pistols have been very deadly over the course of this series, but in this round, I would see the same situation. Just thinking about going for the Molotov there in the tunnels to try and see if they can force the issue on a Core a little bit more. The Scout's ready for the shot, though, and that will not last longer. 3 kills for the Scout. Amanek smoke off. Keep himself in position. The York trying to fire back on a Core. Amanek taking no damage. Actually finding a bit of a gap in that smoke. Nico finds the kill on B-Mash. Dexter and Rops trade back on those 2 players. 3v3 round eventually. Rops continuing facing it just against Hunter's head. And now the backstab of Jax is the best thing they've got in this round. I don't know if they're aware of it here for the T side, but the bomb could get dropped. The Orpa goes down instead, and now the bomb's got to force the issue. Nexa takes the frag back to the man advantage. All on Rops now to clutch it. 2 kills to his name. Needing to find a quadra clutch here. He swings slowly, looks for Nexa. Back's turn, Jax seen, spray back. M4 can't connect the kill, but Nexa finds it in the end. Maintains that 6 for G2. Mousesports. Dexter's backed off. And Mousesports, they look to go towards A indeed. The AWP of Amanek. Shot landed, the leg shot of B-Max. Eventually gets a second swing in the kill. Hunter with his M4 back at the CT entrance finds Dexter as well. AWP flick of a core is good for Hunter. Now the long control starts to act, but Nexa executes on that 1 frag. The incendiary will keep Frozen at bay. It's him and a core in a 2v4.
Nexa getting out of there, just trying to hop around and make sure that there's no way back for a one-on-one trade. A-Core might be able to spot off the mid player coming in, but at least the info's now come through from Nico. Frozen's peeked out, and A-Core's now the last one left, been spotted out. Swing comes in for the M4, and now they can recover double orbs if they want it. They opt against it, instead picking up a couple of AKs.
Flashbang perfectly placed, seeing the Molotov come back. Now his chance to get a headshot in, baited in on the first spray. Still gets the kill on Rops in a second. Jax also up in the window, but Hunter's getting all the glory as he gets picks. Nico and Jax do fall. Hunter with 3 picks, though. Finally a Core. Trades him to a 2v2, and now G2 have got to go for the retake.
Hunter did everything in that round, and now it comes down to his teammates to see if they can close it. Amanek and Nexa both coming in from the city spawn, looking to try and see if they can get out from the doors and the window position. A little bit of utility between them, but they've got to be able to try to isolate these 1v1s.
B-Max behind big box of base. The flash takes Nexa. Amanek. Diffuse kit in play for him. The AWP for your battle actually goes well for him, and now knows where B-Max is playing from. Slow swing, slow face. Oh, he lands the shot and gets the clutch and saves the round for G2.
Well. Try and set themselves up. They've got a late lurk in the lower tunnels that could come through from the short position. Try and catch the T side off guard.
They are watching it. A Core is there for the short presence. Rops also being seen. Headshot on Nico's good. Amanek finds Dexter. A Core trades it. Now left to the elbow player and a short player. Sprays all good. The next level he has Nico to back him up. A Core with his second pick. Nade close does damage. Bomb still open from there on the defuse. Needs to swing. Needs to get the kill right now. Needs to get the kill. Doesn't land it. Hunter there to back him up. He needed to land that first attempt. He didn't do so in G2. Oh, Nexa giving up information. Turn away from for G2. 2 players up. Frozen finds that 1 frag. Dexter finds the follow-up frag. There is a trade involved, but a 2v4. And you can see G2, Hunter and Jax already backing up to the B side. Rops is hunting that late lurk. Doesn't get the frag off on the first tap, so he opts just to fall back instead. Smoke at the entrance.
Bemis and A-Core maybe trying to see if they can find a little something, but it seems like they don't want to press the issue too far. 15 on the board for Mousesports, and now all they've got to focus on now, Jay, is closing.
Rosen and Dexter leaning up, smoke down at CT. Molotov trying to be attempted, flash in for Hunter, nade back, damage should be done. A Core actually falls to Nico, spray. Jax on site to support his man, and the AUG drops the bomb. All left to be mass 1v3, and it looks like G2 will continue their survival streak, will continue to stop Mousesports from going past that final hurdle as all 5 players get cleaned up.
I got enough money to get for a buyback, but Dexter is going to be eliminated. Only on a deagle to start off. Another play out towards the longhouse. They lost a lot last time that they did this in the last round. Flashes everywhere. Nexus got it in behind them, but Frozen's found the first pick.
Three more CD to find your Paramedic is one of them. Nico with the AK gets that first frag, not that second. 2v4 once again for G2. Hunter trying to flash in, trying to line them all up. He gets one frag, damage to the second, but Dexter stays in play and Jax has got it all to do. Has to clutch it or die trying. Sees one crossing, spray does damage. Rops and Dexter are extremely low. If Jax can maintain his position on 100 HP and can isolate those two picks pretty effectively, it is doable to get this to a 1v1.
Dexter keeping his head down from that short position. Can't be seen by Jax. And he's just waiting for a peek, waiting for a bit of a moment. Underhand smoke, trying to go down, out towards a long position. A-Core peeks with it, and Mousesports finally close out. It got very dicey towards the end there, but when you're up 14-5, all it takes is a couple of good rounds, and you'll take the map. Hearing so many of those footsteps towards the T side, and now the rotates can start to come through. They can gamble stack up from A.
Ready and waiting to make the move. Mousesports. One flash for Rops for the entry. They've used the smoke down already. Jax draws first blood. Finds Rops. Takes that utility out of play. The follow-up kill from Hunters there. Nexa follows suit on a core. Two standing for the T side line. That bomb's been dropped in the open now. They've got to recover it soon. And there's Jax, another good frag on Frozen. Nico finding BMAS as well. And that is a flawless CT pistol for G2 to kick things off on the right foot. Scout, I should have said, for Ops. Desperate to find something out of Palace. The flashbangs will start to come through. He'll start to act with his teammates, and Akor finds that first pick. Nico there with a trade on beam. Mass, and the bomb dropped back by Dexter's part. Akor still swinging with a deagle out of connector. Finds one more. His teammates have fallen to a 3v2 though. That bomb's out in the open as well. Nexa SMG here on Tetris. Gets a single, not a double. Actually a triple overall against the remaining players that remain. Frozen. M4 picked up. Bomb on his back. Smoke also getting a bit of cover, so can cross to the site, potentially get the bomb plant on default, but swings before the smoke goes and blooms, so it's a 2-0 for G2 as they take that final frag. To start for Mousesports, no kills as of right now. Molotov's inbound, Frozen watching, but Jax sees his man and gets the headshot in, takes damage to return. Hunter going to go for the wallbangs, he tries for it, but aiming at the wrong angles. If he looked to the right-hand side and aimed up to the kitchen, that would have been enough, but no. No trades found by G2, no contact other than that first face.
First up for Mousesports, though, G2 won't struggle get the buy together into the next.
AK is a standard for Mousesports, no casualties. The AWP for Amanek gets aggressive, sees that first, but Frozen dishes out some revenge. Jack's going for that Ferrari peak many times over the course of the last 2 maps. Now Frozen gets 2 of his own. He does burn the Jax from beyond the grave, but it's a 2-for-1 trade. Hunter trying to make it 2-for-2. Seeing the flashbang turned away from Molotovs, back in as well. Burst through, fire damage not being done. Finally, BMAS gets caught off guard, but Nex has fallen in turn. Dex has been seen at this tight gap in between the shore and the truck positions. Hunter does back up though, with Nico falling. He's the only player left. Wrapped in upon by Rops. Gets that second round for Mousesports. Jump facing with the smoke in tow. Not seeing anything, now he does. Smoke off to the right, M4's waiting. Flash is turned away from M4, trying to adjust in. The flashbang keeps him safe for the moment. Frozen be traded back by BMAS though. 2 more in the mid control. Nico swings back on Dexter, isolates that pick. Bomb can get to the B site and get planted. It's all on Rops lurking back here at top mid. First frag found, second not so lucky. Nico on 13 HP gets his double. BMAS is also low and Hunter is looking for his frag. That bomb should be secured from here though.
Oh, Hunter could get in for behind both of them. Seeing the tap come through, and now even the incendiary on towards the side. Bemis has got to swing wide, fight out to the open, and it just doesn't happen. A really nice retake coming through from G2. And for Mousesports, they had double lurks out from mid. Never played in towards an aggressive com play or even out towards ladder when it comes to some of the rifle rounds. Oh, timing is everything though for Frozen. Do they change the position? Oh no, they've got it behind them, but they still get the pick. Nexus starts the crossfire. Hunter gets involved. The most unluckiest timing in the world, and G2 make it promising. Rob's now the last one left in a 1 versus 4. What a round from G2.
Interconnected control. There's no one from short that can deny him. Amanek realizes this. Nexus trying to force forward though. If he can win the fight on Frozen, he can dismantle this whole round as a core takes some damage. And the M4 swing sprays through, utility in hand for Frozen. Couldn't defend himself. Amanek with the AWP couldn't do the same at close quarters, but Nexus finds that trade, looks back for the 3K and gets it in whole. A core shut down by Hunter the same, and G2 finding some more confidence on the CT side. The T's going to get very close to the CT line here at Connect the Jungle. The nades back on a core will do some more damage. Nades to return to the CT side, not quite dealing with Hunter. He's still in play. Nico on the other side of the site not being seen. Rob so close. They're hoping that G2 falls forward early, but Nico uses that distraction to his favor. Kill found. Frozen trades back. Jax Nexus still can't find Nico. He's disappeared through the smoke. The bomb plant's got to go down soon enough here, but the CTs have re-established their presence on the site. Nexus in particular, if he drops Dexter, that'll be round done, I think. And yeah, there comes the kill.
Yeah, this round is pretty much over. They're going to really have to try and work together. The flash even comes in, and Nedko and Nexa just work together. Another great gun round on the way for G2. Try and get that XE in with the late lurk from underpass of Dexter's, trying to see if he could hold the players out towards Connector. And this jump spot from Jax, he's starting to hear the utility coming in over the top. He's got to relay that information over to Hunter, and the Anchors just lose the fights instantly. This has got to be another safe call from G2. They can't go for this.
Well, you say that, and Nico's peeking up short past the smoke. If he finds a pick, his teammates come in to support the 3v3. Ideally, they'll find Frozen being the low speed player, but a core takes that kill instead, and Nico's not allowed anything else.
Like, their entries have been really, really drilled, and they're finding it really smoothly. They don't really take a lot of damage. The only player that drops is Dexter, who's on the mid lurk.
BMAS is looking to check it. Flash forward, turned away from. Kill comes in, but Jax instead. But Nico's found by Rob, so it's a 4v4 very quickly. And Frozen finds Jax to the man advantage. Mousesports in an upper player. And looking to go towards the B play, I believe. They've still got that lurker of Rops and one man here to defend on the B site itself. Hunter, ready for the swing, sees Dexter. Dexter Fry, can't deal with the AWP. As Rops follows suit on Nexa, it's all left to Amanek in a 1v3 situation for this retake for round 15. Has got to go for it. Doesn't see the AWP on short. Does see the AK on side, though. That's a frag for Frozen. Anything more? Will a core fall as well? Amanek's being very careful about this face. He'll see the gun barrel first and foremost, but a core gets even more passive as Amanek gets baited closer. The shoulder shot forces that AWP to miss its bullet. Now looking back to the apartments where Rops is. Shot connects. A core with a swing that Molotov on the bomb itself. Amanek's got the defuse kit. Got to be careful about this, though. He's got to stick the whole 5 seconds, and he might have to do it right now. 7 points of health, but got to just tap on the AWP, forcing the peeking of a core, coming in late, and he wins the fight. Just to keep it together for Mousesports, just to get that 6th to recover going into their CT side, still trying to pull something back. Here on Mirage, we head to a break and see whether they can do it. Advantages as possible, so this is the start of the advantages to come. Utility set for Nexa on the execution. 2 players to hold Jax. Deagle's down BMAS. Rops can trade back Nico at least. Of course, seeing players over at jungle, letting them cross, and the bomb will go down.
Yeah, they've still got a couple of flashes for Nexa to kind of work with, just to be able to stall when it comes to this post plant. They know that there was Rops sort of stuck out towards this palace position, and for him, he's going to really struggle to find impact in this round. A bit of aggression coming through from Hunter. Rob's reading the position, but Hunter still wins the fight.
Frag found 4 versus 3, G2 up at the man advantage. Mousesports pressing on. Dexter will lead that charge. The IGL appropriately up in first. Amanek with his flick towards Dexter, though he'll be the casualty. Next, Frozen can return to a 2-man standing. 1 player left. No, a core getting the pick back. Amanek leaving it to the last man standing. A core gets the 3rd kill in with a defuse kit. Just enough time to hold it. Mousesports don't get it. Oh, you would have thought it was just enough in time, but G2 take 10.
Hunter's going to be able to try and get this top con smoke in, and everyone regrouping up towards the apartments.
Hunter, swing and a miss. A core gets his own hit instead. Fair to fall there in the sniper's nest. Mac 10 of Amanek does try and overwhelm the likes of Dexter, and indeed gets that kill. Frozen on short, needs to line up 2 sprays, transfers it to the 2nd man, but doesn't get the kill on Jax. He stays alive at 14 HP, and a core on 17 as the first responder to the 3v3. Bomb goes down, it's retake mode for Mousesports.
No kit and no HE or incendiary for the CTs to work with. Deep molly in towards the marker position. That's going to try and separate a core from his teammate. And for Robs, he has not been seen out towards a short position, boosting a player up towards Ninja 2.
Creeping closer, BMAS goes down to Nico. His AWP stepping up for another good frag and a man advantage regain, and a core looks for the exit strategy. Are they saving their weapons? They're not pressing forward. AK swing. Rops gets that kill at long last, but it's come in way too late. Akor knows it. Rops by his way back out here. They're chasing down into the market area. The AWP could be on for a couple more picks back. Jax will go down with the bomb, so there's going to be 4 casualties for G2, but a 13th to their board, and Mousesports smoke some mollies from Nico, trying to indicate that there's going to be some sort of A play, but as Rops gets that kill, he sees no more T-side presence, and they hear footsteps in the apartments. Dexter quickly wraps over Akor with the AWP shot on Amanek, 5 versus 3, and Dexter close to the site. Akor lands 2 frags though. Frozen lines up 2 more in the apartment's control, and Mousesports will get their 7th of survival round, their first of the CT side. Flashes inbound for Dexter, jump face to see that one individual. The Molotov's in. Amanek tries to turn 180 against him, but Dexter wins that fight. Rops there to support against Jax's kill on the short control. They flash their way out. Hunter does get blinded, but Dexter goes down regardless. 2 for 1. Frozen at back bench. Hunter taking tags, but Frozen finishes off the job that was started by the M4 on short. Nexa can respond to Akor. There's a 3v2, making it 1 as Bomb goes down and Nico's alone, found by Rops instead. On the other side of the site, it's an 8th for the Mousesports side. But once again, Mousesports not opted to go for the mid-control. It is a B set piece, you're right. Dexter backed up over at Truck. 3 players to receive him. He's got Frozen on the other side at short. Sprayed through the AK. Dexter swings back, gets that 1 frag dink on a second. Frozen can find Nexa. And Amanek being solo. That nade should get him. Indeed, he falls. 3v2 as Hunter's still trading. That bomb's been dropped. BMAS has no idea that Nico's made his way out. That scope of the AWP should give away the information. Got a minute and 10 to play with here for G2. They slow the pace of this round down. Again, they have to get BMAS. If he gets anything done right here, this could be difference making in this round. Nico knows it, checks it out. Hunter does get found in the apartments. However, Nico set to clutch.
He's got to get back up towards that bomb. Hunter being caught off by another backstab in from Robs. Get that bomb down, try play out the post plant. Instead, he looks to go aggressive up towards a short position where Akor is looking for him. Very surprised that G2 keep having a crack at these B-set plays.
M4 ducked down on the boost spot position. I don't think the teams are expecting it, and indeed Jax isn't. He knows about Hunter as well, but Frozen just happy to get that first pick, put nades on position, allow Rops instead to get the other frag on that player. Hunter making his way through connector, and that's an instant 5v3 for Mousesports.
This was a 13-6 scoreline at one point for G2. Mousesports are really starting to bring this back now. 5-on-3 in round 25, and you've got to wonder, what are their options? They've got a lurk out for Nico, who's already been seen up towards a short position. AWP flick comes back up, only gets the tag. Nexa now alone and seen with the bomb in the apartments. Nade coming up for Dexter, and Nexa just has to try and see if he can find this pick, get down towards a B side, deal with the short player, knows there's a player out towards Van, trying to see if he can create himself an angle, and now into the 1 versus 2.
Taking the plant, trying to force another CT player out. AWP almost gave him the onus. In more specific positioning, that jump face is not going to go well for Nexa. Good effort on that clutch. Smokes and flashes go down. Rops can peek in. He's going to be ahead too late to the marker. The smokes will start to clear. They've still got CTs close to the bomb site. Nico gets that first pick. Nexa swings back on BMAS. And Akor, close range. Here in the ticket booth. Can't go for the wall banks. He'll attempt it. Get forced away by the AK spray. And a 5-on-3 situation. He knows that Hunter is boosted on the boxes. But Hunter's not giving him a second chance at the kill. Akor's going to back off as a result. Mousesports, they're saving.
The entries just flow through. They deal with Rops very early on. Great utility out towards that ladder room position to try and force him off angle and force him away.
BMAS watching there from Palace Control, back at Dark as well. He's only had 5 kills in this game. Needs backup severely. Dexter's going to get there, but overwhelmed. Rops gets his AWP pick in. BMAS waiting back at the corner, panicking a little bit, especially as Rops goes down. They face, they frag, they find a 4-on-2, and Mousesports already backing off. They don't want to have anything to do with this site. It'll be map and match point for G2. Mousesports,
if they just swing together, Frozen trying to hold on to his weapon up towards the mid-spawn. Does get away with a couple of kills being swung in. Akor misses the shot. Does he stay alive? Just. Oh.
Akor, are you not going to buy the AWP, my man? Like, he's going Tech 9 in this round. Is that a HUD bug? I don't know, doesn't matter. Jack straight up here. Rob's going to be forced out, gets the collateral shot. Trying to make it 3. Might not need that secondary orb. It won't matter. BMAS getting into support here. 4 versus 2. Mousesports starting to lose players here to the trades of Nico and Hunter. Now just Nico standing alone here. Bomb dropped outside.
They just can't really give up any individual duels, and Nico's just hoping for the 1v1s. Knows there's a player out towards CT, gets the deagle out, might be able to find the angle onto a gore. The timing's everything, and he's been tagged up, waiting for the swing out for Jungle. Connects the headshot onto Dexter, and now it's just down to 2. Nico needs to go back and try and pick up that bomb. He doesn't have any utility for safety, and Frozen coming in for the short position. A-Core repositioning too.
Nico backing up to connector. Is he going to slip past them, or we might just do... Frozen's got to check mid right now, does get the shot in, just denies that clutch for Nico, but you saw for a second it was on. 50 seconds. Nico sees the shoulder, gets Rops. Do they check sandwich? I think one player's watching it. Molotov's close, next has his back turn. Bomb goes falling as a result, but BMAS burns Dexter. Comes up with a swing from stairs. Hunter out in connector. Dexter trying to get back to jungle. Nico pressing forward with the AWP. 3-on-2, Hunter looking to strike, 30 seconds. The bomb can get picked up and planted at least.
They've got to get that bomb down. They've got to rely on Hunter to be the guy to peek out. Bomb plant open for short, trying to see if they could draw the CT's attention forward. And now Hunter's able to strike back to a 2v2. And Nico hits the shot. It's all down to a core now in the 1v2.
AWP clutch on the table, 10 seconds. Will he go for the wall bang? The nade, can he come in time? No, he gets the kill on Nico, but doesn't deny the plant. Now Hunter knows where he's at. AWP v AK, jump facing, smoke for the defuse. Can he get behind hard cover? Nade back, tapping it, forcing Hunter to spray now. Nose connector is the play. Swinging out to the right-hand side, but Hunter ducks his head down, and now a calls on a bomb for good. But the first bullet, the one tap, secures 16 and secures G2 the round, secures them the series at the very last second. Mousesports' comeback is broken in half.